Someone just said playoff jitters for pitchers today. Playoff jitters. Is that a thing?
We'll
Playoff
see.
jitters?
We'll see. I mean, Glass now his 2 starts in the playoffs haven't been great. I mean,
Really?
but yeah,
That's my guy. My two of my favorite pitchers in baseball are pitching today. Glasnow and Gausman. Those are my guys.
Yeah.
We're live, by the way. What's up, everyone? Happy Tuesday. The playoffs are here. 4 games today, which is awesome. I don't know if that's new, but I remember it was 2 years ago. I think it was during the pandemic, and when they lined up a bunch of playoff baseball games back to back to back like that, I got into it. And it's hard right now this time of year for me to get into baseball playoffs because I'm so deep into football. But when they line up a bunch of games like this, I'm throwing wagers down. I get excited for it. Me and Toast are going to run through the 4 games. Let's run the intro and do it.
Welcome to the source. The source. Source. Hey, get the source.
All right. First game. Texas at Tampa. Rangers at Rays. Real quick look at the pie charts. Looks like a pros versus public setup. Public seems to be on Tampa. Sharp action seems to be on Texas. But, I mean, it's the playoffs, so a lot of times you can throw that data out. It doesn't, I mean, it's always to be taken with a grain of salt. It's just something to go by. But especially in the playoffs, who do you think's going to show up? Toast just mentioned Tyler Glasnow hasn't been good in his 2 playoff showings so far. Does he show up today?
I don't know if he shows up today or not, but I'm on Texas. I took him at plus 130 and 135, first 5 and full game on the money line, both a half a unit each. Yeah, like I mentioned, his last 2 starts in the playoffs, 4 earned run each. I don't know. Again, just like the money, it's just with a grain of salt. We don't know how he's going to pitch today, but I can say that Glasnow hasn't been pitching very well. I mean, 3 of his last 4 starts, he's been hit hard. All 3 of those teams, Toronto, Baltimore, and Minnesota, they were all playoff teams, but 6 innings, 4 innings, 5 innings, 4 runs, 6 runs. I mean, that's not a good showing. Not to mention the fact that the Rays aren't going to have Brandon Lau in the lineup. They're not going to have Luke Raley in the lineup. Josh Lau isn't in the lineup, which is very weird to me because I know that Josh Lau isn't usually in the lineup against lefties, but he was in the lineups, Saturday and Sunday, or Sunday against lefties against Kikuchi, and he had like 2 hits, and one of them was a hard hit double. So that's 3 pretty powerful bats in the lineup for the Rays that are going to be out. So now you're going to have guys like Curtis Mead and Manuel Margot and Taylor Walls, Renee Pinto behind the plate. It's just not a lineup that I'm looking to get behind. And then you take a look at Jordan Montgomery, who's been an absolute stud on the mound for Texas over his last 4 or 5 starts. On the road at Seattle, 6 innings, 1 run. At home against Seattle, at home against Boston, 14 total innings, only 1 run. And then it went on the road in Toronto to start this whole little run he's had on at 7 innings and didn't give up a run. So Jordan Montgomery's been pitching fantastic. So I think that you can call the starting pitching a wash, maybe a lean towards Texas for me. The bats are Texas's way. I'll give you that the Rays bullpen has been a little bit better, much better, especially in the second half. But again, and obviously I don't need to, if you're watching the show, you don't need me to tell you that the Texas bullpen isn't fantastic, but I think that the Texas bats can get a couple runs here today. I think they should have a couple runs lead, and at plus 135, I can do a lot worse with my money. So I'm on Texas here today. Not off the top of my head, no. I know that Lau is a pretty powerful all-star bat. I mean, Luke Raley, I don't think Luke Raley is a lefty killer, but yeah. I wouldn't know off the top of my head, but either way.
Whoops, I was muted during that. Basically, all I said was I'm deep into football season, and I wanted to back Glasnow, but seeing the public's on Tampa and Toast is on the Rangers, I'm just going to tail and go with the Rangers. This time of the year, I basically just blindly tail him. because he spends a lot of time looking into this, and I'm, like I said, in football season. So, all right, our poll, 44% taking the Rangers, 40% taking Tampa, 8% over, 7% under. I promise, you didn't miss anything. He's the one talking all the baseball. I'm just bringing the show along. Toronto at Minnesota next.
Man, what a series this is.
I mean, I'm sure everyone saw what the Barstool Gambling account tweeted.
I didn't.
I sent it to you. Oh, no, I sent it in the Discord. You probably already knew this. I didn't. The Twins have lost 18 straight playoff games. Yeah, I didn't know that until I saw them tweet that. So the Twins have officially lost 18 straight playoff games, and that makes me wonder, this is why I question this kind of data. Like, where are all these bets on the Twins coming from then? Because the data is showing the public's coming in on the Twins. I obviously, before Toast even say anything, I have no idea what he's going to say. But I like the Blue Jays, and I always hated the Twins, so I'll bet the Blue Jays because I hate the Twins organization. I think they're fraudulent. I don't like Pablo Lopez. Didn't like him with the Marlins. Don't like him with Minnesota. And Gausman, as you know, is my guy.
Yeah, I'm on the same page as you. I took him in the first 5. I think that Minnesota has a little bit of a bullpen advantage, but I took the Blue Jays in the first 5. Okay, first of all, Kevin Gausman has been a stud. Kyle's not lying about that. His last 2 starts, both against the Yankees, didn't give up a run. I don't need to tell you guys how good he has been. He was a Cy Young candidate for most of the year. He doesn't have the best history against Minnesota, but again, he had a really good start, gave up 6 runs. He had a really good start, gave up 1 run. So it's kind of a wash there. Some people are saying that he doesn't have he had 2 starts that were like in the playoffs as well, talking about Gausman, but he really wasn't the same pitcher then. Now that he has that splitter, and we know that Twins team is a swing and miss team up and down the lineup. No Buxton in the lineup today, no Royce Lewis in the lineup today. I know a lot of people don't know who Royce Lewis is, but in the games that he played, he led rookies in RBIs. He's number 1. He's 1 of 1. He was a number 1 pick in the draft. That kid has a lot of talent. He won't be there. Carlos Correa will be playing today. He's batting, I think, 6th, which is crazy that Carlos Correa on the Twins is batting 6th in a freaking playoff game. Are you kidding me? But he hasn't played in 2 weeks. He's hurt. It's really hard. And then Pablo Lopez, it's really hard to get behind him because it's not like he's pitching well. I mean, look at the last 3 starts that he's made. I understand the Twins kind of had their playoff hopes locked up, but you would assume that he wants to pitch well going into it. His last 3 starts, the White Sox, the Angels, the Athletics, he went 15 total innings and gave up 11 runs. So at no point over the last month has he been pitching really well. I'm sorry. He had 2 good starts against the Cleveland Guardians. Good for you, because we know Cleveland is just a freaking
He had a good start against the Mets in here.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Congrats.
Sorry. Yeah.
Congrats on that.
Congratulations. So I think the Blue Jays got embarrassed, obviously, over the weekend playing at home. I think if they're going to have any chance in this series, they're going to have to come out and play well in this first game. Because if they go down 0-1, I just don't really like their chances. So I'm going to take them in the first 5 to play well. I think we have a pitching advantage in the first 5, and we're getting a good price. You can get them at plus 100 at some books. I got it at minus 105. I'm taking the Blue Jays here.
And I was just looking because I remember when we were doing this show every day a couple months ago, maybe even longer than that. It was probably back in June, July when this was a thing, but Pablo Lopez was pitching a lot better on the road. Seems to have evened out a bit, but still splits on the season. He's giving up a full run more in his home starts than he is, a full run per 9 more in his home starts than he is on the road.
And it's evening out because he gets teams. Well, he should be.
He had the Pirates and the Mets, where back to back.
Pirates, Mets, Oakland, Angels without Ohtani, without Trout, without Drury. I mean, yeah, it's just.
I actually just talking about it. I actually like Toronto a lot more now.
Yeah.
All right.
Toronto
wanted to know series predictions.
Yeah, I'll get to him at the end. I'll do them at the end.
We'll do them at the end. All right. Our poll heavy on Toronto, as I would expect. I don't know where this data is coming from with the public on the Twins, because judging by Twitter and what I've seen, people I talked to, it seems like everyone's been at Toronto. So I think we're on the public side here. I don't care. I'm still betting it. I think we're on the public side. 67% of our viewers taking the Blue Jays, 25% taking the Twins.
I think when talking series predictions, I think there's a lot of people taking the Twins to win the series. I think that's a pretty popular bet. So, yeah.
Next up, D-backs at Brewers, and this has got to be the biggest discrepancy in odds, you would think. I mean, we're looking at what, minus 180 favor here? I know the Brewers were red hot entering the playoffs. I haven't been paying much attention to them, but I noticed that they are always heavy favorites. Is it just that Brandon Pfaadt is pitching? Is he actually the starter, or is he just starting for an inning?
So over the last probably 2.5, 3 weeks, Arizona and Torey Lovullo, who's their manager, has been giving these guys essentially one time through the order, and then any sign of trouble, they're pulling him. So if you are betting the Arizona Diamondbacks today, you would actually get behind yourself and say that Pfaadt has pitched okay at times. At the times he's looked bad. But you're going to get most likely like probably 4, 5, 6 innings of that Arizona bullpen. So you're going to have multiple guys in there. So the Brewers aren't going to see a guy more than once. I don't really care. I don't really trust Brandon Pfaadt. I understand that he's looked good. I mean, his last start on the road at the White Sox doesn't do anything for me. On the road at the Yankees, he got lit up. On the road at the Dodgers, he got lit up. On the road to the Padres, he pitched well. But, I mean, it's the Padres. It's just not – he's not somebody that I trust. Corbin Burns, on the other hand, is somebody that I do trust, and he's been pitching really well. 3 of his last 4 starts have been shutouts. The Nationals got to him. Pittsburgh got to him. But besides that, he's been putting up really, really good numbers. Same type of thing with Burns. He had one really bad start against Arizona where he went 5 innings, gave up 7 runs. He had one really good start against Arizona where he went 8 innings and didn't give up a run. So I think, and like I've said, I've been playing against Arizona for the last week. This team is not scoring runs, guys, over their last couple games against Houston. And keep in mind, those were important games for them because they didn't know the Cubs were going to lose and shit themselves. They needed those games to make in the playoffs. They've scored 4 runs in the last 4 games. 1 run, 0, 1, and 1. It's just really bad. So if you're telling me that this young team of essentially kids is going to come in and flip the switch on Corbin Burns game 1 in Milwaukee, so be it. But Milwaukee first 5 on the run line at minus 115. And then I'm doing a Milwaukee Philadelphia parlay at plus 150 or something like that. So
Milwaukee,
I'm all over the Brewers. I don't care that it's public. It doesn't bother me one bit. I think Corbin Burns shoves today. I'm not saying that they're going to blow him out. I personally wouldn't play him on the run line, especially game 1 of a playoff series. But yeah, I do think I think the Brewers get it done today.
So admittedly, as I've said a couple times already, haven't looked too deep into this, but based on what he said, I was just looking at the line movement, and so based on what he said about the Arizona lineup, how is under 8 not a smart play here? Public's on the over, sitting at 8. That's the way I would go. But like I said, probably just tailing toast. But basically on what he said, and I just glanced at the line movement, I think the under would be a nice little spot there.
I don't hate that at all, especially at 8.
Yeah. Brandon Pfaadt's probably scaring all that action onto the over, you would think.
Yeah, and I think he might give up a couple runs, but like I said, I don't think it's a blowout at all or any way, shape, or form. So
our poll, as expected, all over the Brewers. I would love to take the D-backs there. As you were talking, I was like scrolling, like, just give me something. Give me something to put this.
I was trying to find something, dude. Trust me, but
Yeah.
I couldn't get past it. I've been telling everybody these bats are sleeping. I can't just say that they're going to flip their switch on it. Yeah. So if they do it, so be it. We'll take them the next game, I guess.
Yep. All right. Last game, and I can't believe you're taking the Phillies here. You're such a traitor.
I am a traitor, but the hunt for Red October lives on, my friends. I don't give a damn how public it is. The line movement is absolutely terrifying. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Absolutely terrifying. You can get it, I think, 145 for the Phillies at Circa right now, and that's one of the books that I trust. So, I'm on the Phillies' first 5 run line. Most books have it at like 110, 115. I think Caesars, you can get it at plus 100. But I'm going to stick to my guns. I think we see an Zach Wheeler masterpiece today. I understand that he doesn't have like these eye-popping numbers against the Fish. He's got 3 straight no decisions. But keep in mind, the Marlins this year are offensively inept and somehow very lucky, where the Padres couldn't get a win in extra innings or 1-run games. The Marlins had a historically good run in record in 1-run games. If that happens, put that Fish thing down. God damn it.
That's on my side. You
I know.
There's a line drawn. You can't touch my side.
I know. But yeah, so anyway, the hunt for Red October continues, boys and girls. If the Phillies lose, it is so be it. I will say the line's terrifying, but I'm going to stick to my guns here. But yeah, like I said, I'm kind of terrified right now.
Yeah, I get to fade the most trashy city in America, a team I've hated since I was just a small boy. I hate everything Philadelphia. I get to fade the public. Get to fade Zach Wheeler, a Met trader. There's so many things that I hate. I get to fade here. But no, all jokes aside, in reality, it's the most public play on the board by far, and the line's moving the other way. And just enjoyment sake, I would love to have my money on watching this, having my money on the Marlins tonight. I think I would have a great time rooting for the Marlins. Whether they win or not, whatever, but I'll take it at the plus 130 or whatever they're giving. I'll take the plus money, fade in the public. I'm on the fish, baby.
So people ask about series predictions. I bet the Brewers and the Phillies to win their series. It's all juiced up now, but I did bet those two. I think the other ones
Can you
are kind of
parlay
coin flip.
series?
I don't know. I didn't try.
I don't think DraftKings lets you.
I would. Yeah, probably not.
You could
That'd
probably
be a
do
hard
some
one.
kind of like predict the who's playing in the World Series and shit.
I mean, yeah, and as far as like the predictions, I think honestly, I think the Twins have the most value in the American League. I understand that I'm playing against them today, but they have a really nasty bullpen, and if Royce Lewis gets a little bit healthy at plus 800, it's just really hard for me to get behind the Astros or the Orioles at like plus 290 and stuff. There's like really no value there. As far as the NL, it's the Brewers or the Phillies for me. I don't want to get on the Braves at plus 145, the Dodgers at plus 200. None of these odds are really great. I think
the odds on the Brewers and Phillies?
Plus 600 and plus 800. Wow. That's just to win the NL. So that's just to win to go to the World Series. Yeah. So if they win the World Series, that's the Twins are plus.
Who would you say was the hottest team in the NL entering the playoffs? Wasn't it the Brewers and Phillies? Weren't they the two hottest?
Probably the Brewers and the Phillies, yeah.
So how is there not a ton of value on those bets? Are you saying the other teams were taking their foot off the gas?
I mean, it's just hard. I mean, I've bet against the Braves, and I'm going to continue to bet against the Braves, especially in this postseason. But it's just really hard to get like super confident behind fading them. I do think there's no value in betting them in no way, shape, or form, but I do think that they're very good. I mean, I think the Phillies at plus 1,300, the Twins at plus 2,000 to win the World Series, something like that. I don't think.
Hell no.
I'm just saying, I don't think that they're going to either, but I'm just saying at those numbers, if you have
the
Toronto,
Twins, what's Toronto at?
Hell no. 1,600.
Ooh. What about to win the AL?
To win the AL, Toronto is plus 700.
That might be me.
I don't hate that. If they were to get past the Twins, I would worry about Toronto because then they can like line up like Barrios and stuff like that. And then all those arms that they have in the bullpen. Keep in mind, Toronto's got a lot of arms in that bullpen.
Yeah, they do.
Studs, so they can really stretch these games out what they want, especially in a 7-game series with all those starters. So yeah, it's not crazy. It's this one's going to be fun this year. This is a 1 year where there's no. Like, I'm not like super confident in any one team like I have been in years in the past. So it'll be fun. I'm very curious to see how Baltimore plays. Extremely curious to see how Baltimore plays.
All right. So I actually have, let me go find it. Oh, wow. There's no background here. Let me copy and paste it over here. I made an underdog. So,
dope.
Yes, I did. All right. So
I did too.
Did you really? Did you send it?
I posted it in Discord. I should have. I sent it to Discord. I forgot.
Here's my underdog. And my underdog in the Titans Bengals hit for 6 times. I gotta bring that up when I do the football videos. So here's my underdog that I built myself. Tyler Glasnow higher than 7 strikeouts. Kevin Gausman higher than 6.5 strikeouts. Corbin Burns higher than 6 strikeouts. Just playing the 3 guns to come out and start the playoffs up strong. If you don't have an Underdog fantasy account, it's located and where's the map? Damn, this map. The second time on a live show that the map wasn't there. 1 second. Here we go. Here's my map. So if you don't have an Underdog fantasy account, it's located in any state highlighted in yellow. And you have 1 day left on that promo. They're doing a $500 deposit match. It ends October 4th, so tomorrow. if you deposit $100 and use the promo code BET, B-E-T, they will give you $500. So if you deposit $500, they will give you $500 free dollars to play with the promo code BET. All right, so what do we want to do? What, some kind of community parlay, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe like we'll do our a community parlay with our top 2 picks, like just a nice little 2 pick. I think it might be Brewers and Phillies. Let's do 3. We'll do 3 pick parlay for the community. Oh, by the way, our poll was heavy on the Phillies for that last one. 62% of our viewers taking the Phillies, 23% siding with me taking the Fish. All right, so yeah, let's just do a little first game with Rangers at Rays, and I think Rangers won that one.
Yeah, they did slightly. It was slightly, but they did win. It was like 48-41.
Rangers, Blue Jays, Brewers, Phillies. What we're going to do is just one poll, and we're going to do the 3 highest vote getters will be in this. So it's going to be Brewers, Phillies, and Blue Jays, I would bet.
When while you guys are doing the poll, I did post a few props already in Discord. I'll give them out here. All of them are hits, runs, and RBIs except for 1 hit parlay. So you have to bet them on DK. But Trey Turner over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Corey Seager and Christian Yelich all over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And then I did a Alec Boehm and Bryce Harper hit parlay at plus 110.
Someone's asked about the pie charts. I make them. There's nowhere to get them. I literally make them myself. Those are my.
You guys don't understand.
Everything on the screen are my graphics that we create right here in house. There's nothing.
I know that Kyle gets a lot of praise for what he does, but you guys still, he doesn't get enough sometimes. I tell you guys, the amount of work that goes in just to bring this up, man, it's unreal. It's awesome. I really appreciate it.
Get yourself a prop beaver.
Yeah,
you have to deal with his
that helps too. Yeah,
but he gets the graphics out. He's sitting right next to me. That's why I'm saying that.
But he's an animal. I mean, you ask him for game notes, you get 7 pages. I mean, there's no stone unturned.
Look how close this vote is, by the way. 26%, 23%, 27%. I'm going to let it rock for like another 5 seconds because it's so close.
That is like literally like...
It's like dead even. I've never seen anything like this before.
You're going to have to literally count the votes. Like it's gonna...
I'm going to give it another 5. Where does one get a prop beaver? Someone said.
Subway.
Subway. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End poll. And the community parlay is, wow, the Phillies got left out. I was not expecting that. Good. Because now I can place it and not have to jeopardize my Finns bet.
I don't even know. You know how shitty it is? Because you know me. I love me some fish. Like, this is killing me right now.
I know. You're on the heavy public side and fading the fish.
This is killing me. Hopefully they pull a Seahawks and just no sweat winner.
So this parlay actually comes out to be plus 672. So there's our community parlay, our first playoff community parlay. Brewers money line, Rangers money line, Blue Jays money line, plus 672. Let's start the playoffs off strong. I'm actually excited. Game starting like an hour and a half, right?
I'm going to bet this just in case it hits. So if the Phillies lose, I still get covered when this hits.
I mean, the Phillies are going to lose. The Fish are taking this one. But yeah, let's have ourselves a fun day. When are you posting the VIP ticket?
It's ready to go right now.
Prop Beaver, can you post his MLB ticket, please?
Yeah, I texted you personally, not the group. My bad.
Yeah. All right, so the VIP ticket for baseball with his stuff will be posted right now. Poppy was posting it. Everyone, have a great day. Let's win some bets. Remember to bet responsibly. And, I'll be uploading a video tonight, actually, because there's Wednesday night college football. So Jacksonville State, Middle Tennessee video will be uploaded in 4 or 5 hours, so keep an eye out for it. All right, guys, have a good one.